Okay, it's Friday. Time to close up shop. But now without this pretty lady, I have a surprise for her.
I love it. Go Birds.
You know her very well. Deb Whitcas, two-time Emmy Award winner, has joined us. How you doing, my friend?
Good. How are you, Brian? Good to see you. Snowman in the morning.
I'm good. Snowman in the morning. And I can't believe we are driving toward our 13th year on
Woo-hoo!
Labor Day.
Congratulations.
This is crazy. I was
moment.
I was talking with my wife, and she says, "How long have you had the show?" I said, 12 years now. Yeah. And it's taken so many twists and turns and ups and downs, even recently. Right. But my wife said, just keep this going. And I think this is Olive.
Olive says congratulations. She loves the lights. Yeah. She's not being picked up though, apparently.
Yeah. That sounds like Winnie here. Yeah. Because Winnie loves jumping in my lap, especially when I'm on the air. You've seen my cats and you've seen my dog all jump on my lap when I'm on the air. And exactly I just want to use
jumping in my lap.
I just want to use this time to say thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for the times you've had me on the Blonde Blitz, which was recently featured.
Yes,
and all the specials we've done for the Blonde Blitz, all the crazy shows we've done for the Blonde Blitz, me there and you here. It is a blast having you every single Friday, especially when we do picks, because my wife saw one of the old clips from you doing picks with us. I think she may want in on the fun this coming season.
Oh, yes, we would love to have her. Yes, let's do it. Well, and it's so funny that you say that, because I was so honored when you asked me to do every week, because I always said that to my partner. And, you know, and the second my partners heard the first time we were together, just kind of ripping off of each other. And he was like, you've got great chemistry, and he really knows ball, and he's a really good broadcaster, and you need to work with him more, because he's in the background all the time. He hears everything.
Yeah.
And he doesn't always comment, but he specifically was like, I like that Snowman in the morning guy. You need to work with him more. And then I was like, I wish I could do the picks every week, but I don't want to, overstep and
right.
So forth. And then he was like, you should ask. And then you came to me and was like, can you do this every week? And I was like, yes, absolutely.
It's a blast. Every Friday, it is so much fun having you do the picks with us, because we don't know which way the picks are going to go. I mean, hell, you met the entire crew.
Yep.
You met the entire crew.
Big cast of characters that we have.
and that's why the picks are so much fun, and that's why I'm putting more time into it during the off season to really, really make it a great production, because I've had a lot of people write to me saying, "Look, keep the picks going, because we like when everybody's there." Yeah. And it's so much fun.
And I've heard that with the Blonde Blitz too. I've heard the collaboration shows that I do, they're everyone's favorite. So this season I definitely want to do more of them. We have the Friendsgiving show, and then this year we did the holiday show as well. But yeah, they like it when, all of the broadcasters and all the journalists and all the content creators, we all come together and we get a ton of different opinions. And yeah, I mean, that Thanksgiving Day show was a blast. I mean, we went like a half hour over.
Yeah, we did. We did. Yeah. We did. And most of that was one subject.
Right. Yeah. It was like 1 or 2 things. I barely talked. I threw out a few questions and everybody just went. So yeah, we had so much fun between the two shows.
How'd you come up with the idea for the Blonde Blitz?
So it's interesting you say that, and this question's been coming up lately. It was actually Jason Cooper from That Sports Podcast Network that had the original idea to put me and Nikki Gist together for a show. So Nikki was a beat reporter for the Giants. I was covering the Rams at that point. I'm sorry, I was covering the Chargers at that point for Los Angeles Football Network. And yeah, two blondes together. Why not? And I had worked with Nikki a few times prior, and I thought I loved her. I thought she was, she knows football, and I thought, I'm like, this could work, so we decided to have a show. And then it was like, what name do we come up with? And I had always had a dream that I wanted to have a show called like Babes, Beer and Blitzes. was my vision. I wanted to have a show with all female content creators, all female reporters, and maybe we could get beer sponsorships. So that was kind of behind the name. And so I kind of still had that in my head, and I suggested that. And then someone else came back with the Blonde Blitz, and we're like, yes, that's perfect, because Nikki and I were both blonde. And so that's how it started. And then once Nikki decided to move in a different direction after the first season, she wanted to cover more locally Giant stuff and wanted to cover more WNBA. More power to her. We obviously wished her well, and she's doing really well. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to take over the show. And that's when I did for the second season, and got the Off the Field Wives a little bit more involved, and had some of them kind of co-hosts for a bit. And then also started to do more segments, so now we have, and I made it more of a variety show, whereas before it was definitely just like a podcast type situation. But this time it's more of a variety show where we do have, the design segment. We have Von Miller's chef to talk about healthy tailgating foods. We've got Mel the Clothing, who talks about your game day fit. We've got Shay Holland, who HGTV designer. She comes on and talks and blends football with design. We've got Carrie, who does the Power Deck. She reads her tarot cards and gives a pick every single week of who's going to win and why. She's looking at the stars. And then we have sports betting. Alex White, she's been on the show, this will be her third season. She's third generation sports betting, comes from her grandfather, then her dad, and now her. She's phenomenal. She's in Vegas. And then Meg, Ballers Meg, does the fantasy segment. And then, of course, we have analysts too. Ben Troop comes on talking game picks every week. And then I have, my friends, my content creator friends come on. You come on, and we talk ball. We do the hot topics from the week of the games prior. So yeah, there's like 7 segments in the show. Brian comes on to talk about the injured pod. He's got a podcast called The Injured Podcast, in the Injured List. I always mess that up. The Injured List podcast. He comes on, talks about current injuries. We try to have him on at least once a month. Jen Welter comes on. We interview her. She talks about her, Gridiron Girls camps and what she has going on a lot. So yeah, I actually just saw her this weekend. It was the beach football league. Just posted that on my Instagram. Tully Banta Kane is starting a new football league, and it's all beach, and it's all great. So nice. Look for more of me covering that as well, because it was a fantastic time. He's got a great thing going, and I'm so excited to see it progress.
My wife is a big time Colts fan. She's a ninth generation Hoosier. She peeks in from time to time, especially when we do the picks. And we have a rule here in the household, is that the answer is always the Colts.
How do you feel about that, being a San Francisco fan? Wait a minute.
I love it. I love it. I mean, 8 years together of silliness, 8 years together of picking at each other. I love it. And there was one game last year, week 16, where the Niners were playing the Colts. And we had this grand plan that Jody was going to sit in with me when I called that game. Well, unfortunately, Jody came in from work, and she was nothing short of exhausted.
Right. Yeah.
She was beat, because she came in here and I saw the look on her face, and then my face just dropped. I said, "Oh, honey." She says, "I don't think I'm going to make it to 8 o'clock. And I said, "Babe, go to bed. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. I got you. Go to sleep." Didn't hear a peep from her until I signed off. And I came in, and she says, "How bad was it?" "You don't want to know, babe."
Oh no.
Because
Oh,
we had been giving each other mess the entire week, and I was building it up of her joining me. I didn't realize that I didn't realize she would work late,
right.
and she came in and she was just all kinds of
There's no way. Yeah.
beat up. She leaned over and she wrapped her arms around me and she says, "I'm not gonna make it to 8 o'clock." I said,
Oh
"Babe,
no.
you're
Yep.
fine.
All
Go
good.
to bed. Go to bed." I came in, I checked on her at halftime, and still smiling, but half asleep. Still smiling. She says, "The Colts are winning, right?" Wrong.
Yeah. No.
She goes, "How bad is it? 24-13 Niners at the half." Right then
Ooh.
and there, she passed out.
Yeah. She's like, I don't need to watch this game even. There's no point.
She passed out right there. I
So much
came
more
back
important.
in here, finished the game, went to bed, and when she said, "How bad was it?" I'm like, "You don't want to know, honey.
Good
Just
night. Just
trust
good
me."
night. Have a good
Yep.
night. Good night.
Dan Whitcas joining us for a lot of fun on this
Ooh.
Friday, and this is me just throwing her flowers for the last 2 years of her being on the show and doing the picks every week, no matter if she's in studio or on the road. Because a couple times this year we caught her, we caught her in the car and on the road, and I think one of those times you were in Philadelphia that we
I'm sure more
caught
than
you.
once I was in
It
Philly, to be
was a
honest. Yeah.
couple times we caught you in Philadelphia, and I love when that happens, especially when the Eagles are playing a big game. Like I'm charged up for this game, and you're geared out top to bottom. And Eagles,
My hair is green. Yes.
yeah, and
Bring out the
Eagles
green
stuff.
extensions.
But your knowledge of the game is impeccable,
Thank you.
and all the
And
reports.
I'm very excited. I'm actually going to start charting. I'm very excited to for a fantasy company. So I'm going to actually start charting. So I'm excited.
Nice.
So excited to learn all of that and do that because training starts soon too. So
Your training camp starts. So, listen, you and I have a date on January 3rd.
we do.
Because the Eagles and the 49ers are going to renew acquaintances this time in Santa Clara.
Yes. I will most likely be there. There's not a lot that can keep me away from that game, I'll tell you.
Well, duh, I already figured that out.
Yeah, it's been years since I've been to Santa Clara, to be honest. Well, I mean, obviously I was there for Super Bowl, but I didn't actually go to the stadium for the game. I was at a VIP party, but for a regular season game, this is a funny story. I actually had a high school reunion that night or that day or that night that they played San Fran. And I chose to go to the San Fran game instead of my high school reunion. I won't say which year it was, by the way, but yeah. So I missed my high school reunion. And just FYI, I had actually put on another reunion. So, 10 years later. But that's how important like the high school reunion is for me. But I was like, nope, sorry guys, have like field tickets for the Eagles San Fran game. I'm missing the reunion. So sorry.
You ain't giving her field tickets. Not a chance.
No way in hell.
I don't blame you. Not a chance.
Nope.
As long as I've been a 49er fan, I've only had a chance to see Candlestick Park once, and that was 1993 when they were playing the Los Angeles Rams. I was out in California. I was in Northern California on a trip with some friends of mine, and I was living in Chicago at the time. The 2-hour time difference got me.
Oh yeah,
because I'm sitting up. It's 10 o'clock Pacific time, noon Central, 1 Eastern time, and I'm looking sleepy-eyed, going, "Why is there football on at 10 in the morning?" Then it hit me. I'm on the West Coast for a couple of weeks.
You are. Yep. It's different, and I do both. Yeah, I don't know what I prefer.
Because I don't know what I prefer either.
On the East Coast, you get up and you have a little time to like chill and you get ready and you make the plans and you travel and with then just the game start at 1. And then on the West Coast, you kind of like you have to set the alarm for
You
sure.
do.
Yeah, have to set the alarm because I might oversleep it. And but then you go wherever you are. If I have to go to the Eagles bar, or if I'm with the Ram, who knows? But I do like to have a Bloody Mary and watch a football game at 10 o'clock in the morning. So I still have a Bloody Mary or like a mimosa, right? As you're like, what? And you really won't do that because it's 1 o'clock on,
Right.
because it's still brunch, I guess. But
yeah, it's still brunch. But in our mind, since we've been on the East Coast, it's football. It's 4 o'clock.
Right.
Exactly. It's time to butt heads. It's football.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was on my trip in Northern California, my friend came to me and said, "I have a surprise for you." What's that? Want to go see Candlestick Park? What? Are you kidding?
Yes.
Like hell yeah, I want to go see Candlestick Park. They're playing the Rams. Now I really want to go see Candlestick Park because the Rams gave us in the 80s and the 90s. The Rams gave us the blues.
Right. Yeah.
before they moved to St. Louis, Jim Everett and company. But that was my lone chance to see the Stick and all the tradition and the history that was there. Plus, I had a chance to see Steve Young make a move on a defender that I'll never forget because Steve Young was wiry. Steve Young will go this way and then fake everybody out and go the other way and have leave defenders in his wake. Not only ask the Rams, just ask the Minnesota Vikings from 1988 on that quarterback run.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But the one of the times that I've had Jody with me on the air, we did Super Bowl 59, Eagles and Chiefs.
Yep.
Had my snack and everything that she brought to me. She brought her own snack. And then in the middle of this desk right here said a big old cup of wine.
Oh, that was fun. That was definitely fun.
And she says, "I know you don't like to drink on the air, but I'm telling you right now," and she puts this cup right here, "you need to have a sip." How would it?
It's actually funny. So one of my old reporting coaches used to tell me before she did a red carpet or anytime she got on air, she would have one shot before she went on air. And I have to be honest, when I first started doing this, I would do that a little. Like I wouldn't take a whole shot; it would be like a half a shot, but it worked. You just couldn't take too much. That was the
right.
Like that's there's a fine line, right? So I haven't done that in years, but when I first started out, I was like, I would take a shot before I would do anything there, or a half a shot. So it just like calms your nerves a little bit. But yeah, it's been years since I've done that. It's probably to be honest, I'm on air too much now. Like I'm drunk.
So when Jody brought that cup of wine in and she went to bed at halftime and she says, You're gonna finish this. I'm going to bed.
Oh, it was nice. It was a nice glass. Okay.
It was a nice size.
Yeah.
I finished the game, I finished the wine, I signed off, and then I went to bed.
Yeah. Like I'm passing out.
Yep. I did my regular sign off and I said, "See you later. I'm out."
I can hear the cats in the background. Oh, there's my cats.
It's Winnie.
Oh, hi, Winnie. Hi, Win.
Hey, Winnie Pooh. I think Winnie's giving me a cue that we need to go to break. So,
okay.
Because whenever a break happens, and God's honest truth, you've met all my cats. You've met Winnie, Pumpkin, and Binks. Whenever a break comes up, you hear one of these guys.
That's funny.
You need to let me out. So. Gonna take one final break. I'm gonna let this cutie out, and this one you'll see each and every Friday for her 3rd season with the crew. I'm so excited to have you do the picks with us every week, and you're reporting. You're awesome. We love you. Love having you be a part of the crew. And you made me blush last year when you said you were adding this to your resume.
Yes, I love it.
I was jumping up and down, excited. I told my wife that, and she said, "See, you're getting somewhere."
There we go.
Like, anytime you can have a 2-time Emmy Award winner as a part of the crew each and every week, you go with it. So I'm glad. And a shout out to Courtney Harden, who made the introduction to
Courtney.
bring us together.
Courtney's show, actually. I just did Courtney's show last week.
Nice.
So, the Real Deal podcast.
And a shout out to the Real Deal Podcast and to Courtney Harton, who started this whole thing. And I know he's been terribly busy, but he says he wants to come back on. I can't wait to have him on. And I can't wait to have you on each and every week doing the picks. It's going to be wild. It's going to be crazy. And it's going to be fun. Deb Whitcas joining us for Whitcas's Playbook each and every Friday. Thank you, my dear. We appreciate you.
Bye, guys.
I just got yelled at saying, what do you mean go to a break? You got to get out of here. I do have to get out of here. And we're going to get out of here for the weekend. Have a great weekend. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, if your dreams don't scare you, they're simply not big enough. Dream big, do bigger. We hope y'all are too. See you Monday. Where did 120 minutes go that fast? And where did the crew go that fast? They all got the hell out of here. I better get out too. My wife's waiting for me. So long, everybody.